Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to November 22nd, 2020. In this video, I'm going to show you the tasks that small business owners have reported performing, leading to the Small Business Administration's successful disbursement of hundreds of thousands of dollars in economic injury disaster loans. On Reddit, there's a community called EIDL where small business owners report their frustrations, challenges, and sometimes joys and successes in applying for their economic injury disaster loans. Viewers of my channel have been able to avoid mistakes and follow tips that have made them successful in receiving funds from the Small Business Administration after applying for the economic injury disaster loan. So, as per my previous videos, I know your time is valuable, so let's get right to it. The first post reads, what happens now? Anyone have their CAWEB portal with this? You are going to see this term CAWEB several times throughout the video. It stands for the Capital Access Financial System. It is an SBA operated portal through which you can see the status of your economic injury disaster loans or your Paycheck Protection Program loans. How long until funds hit your account? Waiting weeks and weeks so far. This updated Friday from the full amount dispersed to this. Bank rejected because of minor name mismatch back on the 8th of July. As per my previous videos, you know that the most widespread complaint that I receive is that people enter in their wrong banking account information or that their bank rejects their funds because they have an online-only financial institution such as PayPal, Cash App, Chime, etc. So this is how CAWEB looks like. This is the back end. I can't log into my account because I haven't logged in so far since my funds got dispersed back in April. So it went inactive, so I would have to call the Small Business Administration during their working hours in order to reactivate that account. But you can go ahead. I actually have a video where I explain how you can register for this. You would need an application ID that you can either retrieve from your Paycheck Protection Program responses through email or your economic injury disaster loan responses. It's typically your application number. So it reads loan info, loan number, loan status, disbursed, current, originated. That means that the funds were dispersed and then they gave the funds back. It was for $149,900. Daily interest accrual. The bank rejected it, so they got back $20,000 and then $129,000. So he has to correct that. So, thought this day would never come. Applied 4-3, funded today. And this guy got funded, this person, excuse me, I don't know if it's a man or a woman because all of these users are anonymous, got funded for $62,300, as you can see on July 20th. Then you got this person that got funded for north of $50,000, it appears, because there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits in that scratched out number. Actually, this person actually got approved. So the application is being processed. This person got funded through Ally Bank with no problem to my PC. You can see right there, the SBAD, Treasury 310. And here goes the timeline. You see 5 months ago, you get these types of timelines, and then I'll show you some more recent timelines so it can be more relevant and perhaps can provide you with some tips and perhaps some mistakes that you could avoid in applying for your economic injury disaster loan. Increases the chances, of course, that you're successful in receiving funding through this program. Here's my timeline. Funded 6:02, 10 a.m. 4:02, applied for EIDL, short form. 4:26, SBA credit check, Experian. 5:24, email link to create portal account. 5:24, agreed to $34,500, 30-year, 3.75%, first payment, 1 year. 5:24, corrected bank account name. 5:24, your application is being processed, no docs to sign yet. 5:30, 6 a.m. email, your SBA EIDL is approved. EIDL is approved. It's a tongue twister just saying it. 5:30, 8 a.m., signed documents in portal with DocuSign. 6/2, 10 a.m., $34,400 deposited into my bank account. Revenue note. Revenues reported on original application. Gross $97,000. Costs $27,000. Net equals $70,000. Loan approval amount. Loan offer $34,500. I never asked any questions or spoke to loan officers. All notifications received through email. I did not supply any tax records at all. I have not filed my 2019 taxes. The only information I provided was on the app short form back on April 2nd. Nothing was required on loan documents. I signed 5/30 except my signature. I never received any grant. It may have been due to my bank account owner name was not correct after I put my full personal name and DBA business name exactly as it appears on my bank statement. The field became uneditable. I was hoping to see at least $1,000 grant when funded like others had, but don't see it yet. This shows his deposit on Wells Fargo for $34,400. Well, finally changed to disbursed. This is more recent. This is 29 days ago. Yay, went on CAWEB. You remember CAWEB, the Small Business Administration Capital Access Financial System. Went on CAWEB around 12:30 and it says disbursed current. Very good. Now I just have to wait for it to hit my bank account, which it seems like most are saying later tonight or early tomorrow. Oh, and I have a theory. Once it reads disbursed current, again, you should be receiving those funds on that same day or tomorrow. It actually took me around the same time after I saw disbursed current. Actually, it was already had been disbursed once. I actually logged into CAWEB after I got it disbursed, so I didn't see that. Oh, and I have a theory of when one might see disbursed on CAWEB would be the third day at the same time you got the approved email. I say this because for one, here's my timeline. October 20th a.m., like between 5 to 6 a.m. PST, applied, got my portal invite seconds after, did my identity verification, checked my bank info, and doesn't say anything about not verified, valid, so I click for submit and wait. But I'd say 6 hours later at 12:25 p.m., noon 30, PST, I got approved, email, and I go in and sign my docs a few hours later after making sure I read over everything. Just approved on October 21st, 22nd, 23rd, but in CAWEBs as active undisbursed, which means that the Small Business Administration has an active account for you, probably has approved your account, nonetheless it hasn't disbursed your funds. October 24th, today I've been checking all morning, go do some errands and check CAWEB at around 12:30 p.m. PST. This is where my theory of when someone may see a change to disburse 3 days after receiving approved email and signing docs at the same time you got that email, but 3 days later it should change over. I don't know, just a theory. So altogether 4 business days from applying and been seeing funded in CAWEB, and depending on what time I see in my account, should only be a few hours later tonight or early AM. Only won't if for some reason it gets rejected, then I won't see it in a few hours, but the point is I should laugh out loud, so I guess it would be like 4.5 to 5 business days, but still not bad considering after all the hours I spent reading on here and psyching myself out before filling out the app, even though I knew I was going to regardless. Thanks to everyone's shares, they helped immensely. So people actually help each other by sharing these timelines because, again, they could avoid mistakes, they could follow tips when they find that people have been successful by performing a particular action, etc. Wanted to share my timeline to hopefully help others. Funded after recon. Recon is short for reconsideration. Independent contractor, realtor. 2 days ago, funded early morning. It all started 4 months ago, June 30th. Applied as an independent contractor, same day. Received portal invite, July 3rd. Received grant, July 10th. Received email saying to take next steps. There were none to take, July 17th. Received decline letter email due to unverifiable information, July 17th. Called and was given 0 feedback as to why I was declined, July 18th. Wrote to Recon asking for reason of decline as I had no idea what unverifiable info meant and phone support was unhelpful, July 31st. Called again and received 0 feedback, told to wait for Recon reply. So you see there's a consistent theme. They keep on calling. You have to be persistent. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. August 17th, wrote again to Recon, basically asking WTF over 3 paragraphs. August 18th, call again, 0 feedback. September 1st, call Congresswoman. As I've told you several times, the Small Business Administration will actually white glove your application if you get a congressional representative involved. I contacted my congressional representative and they got right back to me when I requested an increase for my economic injury disaster loan. The congressman that represented my district out in New York City, he actually sent me a privacy release form. I filled it out, sent it right back to him, and they performed an inquiry. September 2nd, Congresswoman's office staffer calls back, requests privacy release form, emailed same day. September 30th, email Recon, again, asked a more firm and serious, what the F? Okay. September 13th, get my first auto reply from Recon saying we have received your what the F. September 16th, call SBA again, and senior agent tells me it was barely too low credit score that caused my denial. I thanked her for telling me that the first times I called. September 16th, email both Q and Congresswoman staffer the update about my credit score. Q never responded to any of my attempts. Q was a person who was helping people out with economic injury disaster loans. during the beginning of the program. Staffer said she would send another inquiry to SBA, but that they were being unhelpful. I won't tell you that much about Q because he's not taking emails anymore, based off the posts in this sub. September 18th, email my district's SBA director. So contact the local SBA office. That's something you could also do. September 19th, district director responds, says her team doesn't deal with EIDL, but she'll look into it. She must have fell into it because I never heard from her again. I guess some people report that they are somewhat successful in contacting their local SBA office. Some people don't. September 19th, email recons with screenshot of NAV credit score and Experian FICO showing improved score, including an email ID, front and back, screenshot of Google business listing, screenshot of agent bio page showing my recent sales, screenshot of Yelp, Zillow, and Google reviews, PDF of real estate license, and a paragraph saying in all caps, authorization to repull credit. Sent this email to PDC Recons, PDC Consideration, Disaster Customer Service, and District SBA Office. You see all those steps that he took. This person, I don't know if it's a male or female, took. They show that they are legitimate business. You see how many fraudulent applications that the Small Business Administrations have actually funded. So they want to ensure that you have a real business. So he did all this to prove that indeed he has a real business. Google business listing, screenshot of agent bio page, etc. September 21st, received email from Congresswoman Staffer saying, unfortunately, our congressional liaisons can only see general info about one's case but cannot take specific action. So in this particular case, the congressional person was not able to get this person anywhere. In my particular case, it helped me get to the next step because the Small Business Administration had not responded to my request for an increase. At least they got back to me after I signed that privacy release form. October 4th, credit pulled. October 4th, received email stating that they had decided to reactivate my application. This felt like in the 90s game where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. When you landed in the right city of the criminal you were trying to catch, and when the policeman would show up and say, halt, hold it right there, I knew I was close, only my portal still showed decline. Okay. October 14th, file my taxes. October 15th, portal changes from decline to processing. Finally, shows loan amount. October 19th, LO reaches out. LO is short for loan officer. Reaches out by email early in the morning. She requests ID, tax form, 4506T, and either a 2019 or 2018 tax return. October 19th, filled and e-signed the 4506T she gave me and gave her 2019 return and ID photos. October 20th, approved. October 26th, funded. They should call this the EIDL loan, and do call it the EIDL loan, just not spell that way because it takes so long. Good luck to you all and keep your heads up. Never give up on this, everyone. Never. 7 months later, SBA deposits EIDL. Hello, everyone, and a great morning. I am just elated. Finally, the deposit hit our business checking account. We are a NYS Corp. One employee amount was revenue COGS divided by 2. So here's my timeline. That's the formula that you use, or the Small Business Administration actually uses to calculate for how much of an economic injury disaster loan you qualify. March 22nd. All right, so here's my timeline. I'm trying to remember every detail as I know. This will help some of you, as I myself, looking back to previous posts, did help substantiating why you should go ahead and take a look. Read. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And this is your history, ladies and gentlemen. Applied long form 2000 number on March 22nd, March 27th. Called because I wasn't getting anywhere for a few days. These early days were hard for everyone. Waited on hold for hours and nothing. March 30th, applied short form, 33,000 number. April 13th, hard pull on credit. April 14th, $1,000 grant deposited. May 12th, sent email to SBA, nothing. May 16th, denied for credit. May 23rd, was hoping to get a different answer, so reapplied. SBA sent me an email saying this was a duplicate application, so they would use the original. June 18th, raised credit, so didn't do a reconsideration. Applied again, and same email stating it was a duplicate application. From June until August, just build better credit and looking through this sub to see what I can do. Just building better credit and see what I can do. So you're building this better credit through June and August. Keeping hope, but feeling discouraged. August 26th, sent a reconsideration email with tax return and stating our credit was improved even further. September 25th, Received an email asking for documents for the credit pull, opted for credit pull, and replied to PDC Recon's email, but not the do not reply email. This was confusing as I assumed a do not reply email would bounce, but the email itself states to reply to this, October 18th. So if you get a do not reply email, you should reply with anything that you have to communicate to the SBA. October 8th, didn't hear anything, so again, sent an email requesting a hard pull, this time sent to both PDC Recons and do not reply email. October 14th, second hard credit pull, received an email stating I can be reconsidered for the EIDL. Don't know if it was just time or it helped that I emailed both addresses. October 16th, received the portal link to create an account, had trouble with IP blocking for 2 days, and finally was able to use VPN from McAfee and also reset my password. I created the account and saw the amount they offered. Agreed and confirmed amount, address, phone, and bank. Signed loan docs, was grayed out. Less than 5 minutes later, received an email from my loan officer, requested tax documents, business documents, 4506T, only for future reconsideration, SS card, and confirm my bank name, account, and identity. He asked what time was best to call me. I said 24/7, gave both business and personal numbers, sent that to him within the hour. October 19th, approved on SBA portal, emailed loan officer asking if he still needed to speak on the phone. He replied no, since I sent all the necessary docs to confirm identity. Asked about funding timeline, he said he has none. Checked CAWEB, the Capital Access Financial System, and my loan was there with full amount active undisbursed. October 21st, called SBA to see about timeline. Rep checked my account and said things are in order, so just keep checking CAWEB. Should be a few days. October 22nd, checked CAWEB at 6 a.m. EST and still active undisbursed. Checked 10 a.m. EST and shows active undisbursed, full amount and total undisbursed. October 23rd, deposit hit from SBA, 3:32 a.m. EST, $0 in total undisbursed, shown on CAWEB. I have made a few posts recently, but don't mean to bog down the sub, but thank you again. These little all right, so he just basically substantiated what I'm saying. These little details do help. And then you've got another one. Finally funded. This was 12 days ago, a lot more recent. I was finally funded, guys, about 30 minutes ago, 11:10 at 4 a.m. Just updating to let you know that if everything is correct and no bank issues, they're starting to say with the estimated time frame after approval. Approved November 6th, Friday, and signed loan docs. Status active undisbursed. Checked Saturday, November 7th, Saturday, and noticed status changed to disbursed current. Given it was the weekend, I figured it wouldn't be processed until Monday, and making my deposit actually came in Tuesday, and it did. I have a Wells Fargo personal account. I'm a sole proprietor. I've heard of banks freezing funds a day or two after the deposit hits. If that happens, I will be back to update you guys. I'm praying it doesn't happen. Good luck, guys. Oh my gosh, the money is here. I'm speechless. It's just basically a celebration. Astonished, incredulous, worried, and a whole lot of grateful. I just sent another email in what seemed a vain attempt to even log into our account. When I logged into my personal checking account, noted a message for our business checking. My breath was sucked right out of my chest. The full amount had been deposited. Wow, thank God. Now, after I have mentally digested this business saving blessing, I'll share more details. For now, I will have to say what I hated to read for so many months. Hang in there, even when it seems impossible. As of 1 hour, I was reviewing dissolution options, and a bitty business like ours was helped. If an itty-bitty business like ours was helped, anyone's can be too. More useful information to follow when we can breathe. So, you see, there's slight details there. There are also timelines that refer to fundings of economic injury disaster loans that date a few months back. They may not be as relevant as these because these are the most recent. Let me know in the comments section below if you'd like me to do a video, and I'll go ahead and vlog about those as well. Perhaps they can help you. As you also know, the systems and rules in the Small Business Administration when dispersing these economic injury disaster loans and grants in the past, they're very dynamic. They're changing on a daily basis. So let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comments section below. Watch this video right here for more economic injury disaster loan coverage. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click the bell notification to stay on top of my findings. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.